Hi guys, welcome back to the channel.
Hello!
Right, we've got something new for you today. We've decided to take on a little bit of a project. So what we've decided to do is buy a van. And the plan for the van is we are going to convert it into a camper. Right guys, so the vehicle we've gone for, as you can see, is a 2011 Citroen Relay. It's a long wheelbase high top, so hopefully there'll be lots of space inside for converting it. I'll give you a little look around the van now. So I'll give you a quick look inside the van. So this has been a work vehicle, so it's not in immaculate condition, but it's a good solid base to start from. We've got the 3 seats in the front, and I think overall quite a nice looking dashboard. You know, going to be nice for long journeys, comfortable, because hopefully we're going to be traveling around Europe in this little bad boy. So that's the cab for you. Right, and now I'll give you a little look in the back as well. So we've got the side loading door, only one on this particular van, but that's enough. Now, as I said, it has been a working van, so it is a bit of a mess in there. Needs a good clean, but overall good amount of space, nice high top ceiling so you can stand up fully in there.
So first things first is, well, actually, as you can probably see, we've made a start. I say we, Lawrence has made a start. He's ripped up the floor, taken off the fly lining and ripped off the bulkhead. So next is giving it a really good clean. We've got a little helper to help us today too.
So we're in the process of cleaning up, and already the van's paying for itself. I've managed to find, underneath all the dirt and grime, £6.32 in change. So we'll see what we can get with that. Right, so we just finished sweeping it out. It's come up pretty good. There's not too much rust in here or anything. Still needs a good wash. We haven't actually washed it out yet, but this is just swept out. So overall, looks pretty good. Nice and clean, so happy with that. Just got to give it a good old wash now. Morning. So we got finished sweeping the van out yesterday. We decided we'd go and have a little trip to B&Q to go and have a look at some insulation and bits for the back of the van. On the journey, we run into a bit of a problem. The gears stopped working, so we've got a bit of an issue there with the gears, but I'll let you have a look at what's actually gone wrong quickly. So the issue is actually the gear lever. If I just pop this off, just here, pull this back, you'll see there's this piece of plastic metal here. It's actually snapped at the bottom here. I don't know if you can see that. So unfortunately, this whole unit is going to need replacing, which means it's going to take a trip to the garage. We found a little local mechanic that's willing to do it, so we just got to get it over to him somehow. So that's the next challenge, but we won't let it put us off. Right, well, while we're waiting for the van to be repaired, we're not going to waste any time. We're going to carry on with our clean. We've got some nice soapy water. We're going to give the entire inside of the vehicle a nice clean with that, because there is quite a thick layer of dust all over the inside of the vehicle, so obviously that's got to go. Make sure it's nice and cleanly for us, so we're going to crack on with that now. Clean is finally finished. It's taken us about 4 hours to do in total. There's a lot more to do than we thought. Anyone who's done one of these vans before will know that these little bits along the bottom here, they're a real treat. Trying to get in there with your hands. A few cuts to show for it, but it's all done. It's come up absolutely lovely inside. The panels inside are like brand new pretty much, so we're really happy with that. Next step is to rust proof it. So we're gonna prep the surfaces and then use a bit of red oxide on it just to prevent any rust and to kill off any rust that's already there. Right, so what we're doing now is just any bits of exposed metal on the van, I'm going over them with a bit of wire wool to clean them up, and then Zara's using the red oxide to go over them to protect them. Right, so that's the roof and the walls of the van done with the red oxide primer. So that's all good to go. All that's left to do now is the floor. Now I have actually completely painted the wheel arches because they did have a bit of rust around the base of the wheel arches. So I've got a bit of belt and braces with those and completely painted them. So hopefully in future we won't have any further problems. They don't look pretty, but you're not going to see them. They're going to be carpeted anyway. So all that's left now, as I said, is to do the floor. So I'm going to be going over the floor with the wire brush on the drill, giving that a good clean up, again getting rid of any surface rust, and then we're actually going to be repainting the floor in white as well. Right, so that's all the floor repainted. Really happy with the results. It's come out pretty good, to be fair. As I said, I'm not going to bother with the red on the walls because that's going to all be hidden anyway, but the floor was important to me to get right. Right, so just a quick update on the gear stick situation. We have actually had it repaired now. Let me just pull this back and show you. So we've got the nice new unit in there now. Now, we didn't actually end up going to the garage to have it fixed. Basically they wanted too much money, so I actually sourced the part off eBay, and then Zara's dad come over and we fitted it together. So that's a nice quick fix that actually ended up saving me a lot of money in the long run. Right, another little task that I've got to do is this window switch. As you can see, we've got the dual window switches here, but the driver's side one is actually missing the switch, so it's a bit of a pain. You can still put the window up and down, but it's a bit of a pain because you've got to use these little buttons in here. So I've ordered a replacement part. That's come. That was £15 from eBay, and that replaces the whole unit. So that's the lock buttons, the window buttons, and then also the mirror control. So I'm going to go ahead and change that now. Right, so that's the switches out. It's fairly easy to get out. It's just a clip at both ends of the switch. So luckily you don't have to take any of the door card off or anything. As you can see on the back, it's just got the two plug and play cables which unplug, and then you plug straight into the new unit. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So that's the old part off. I have the new one here. As you can see, it's a complete replacement for the original part. Slight variation in colour on the new part though. It's slightly lighter. The other one was completely black. This one's more of a grey tint, but overall, as long as it works, I'm not particularly bothered about that. So that's the new unit plugged in and ready to go. I have done a quick check and it all works lovely. So all you have to do with that is just literally, the front end goes in first, like so, and then it just pops in. Simple as that. And there we have the new window controls. So that's the floor all painted. It's now dry. I think you'll agree it looks quite nice and fresh and clean. One task left to do for this episode. Where they had the original ply lining in, what they've done is they've basically just screwed it straight through the floor, which has left some holes where there's potential for water to get in, you know. So we don't want that happening. So what I'm going to do is fill those holes using some silicone sealant, just your standard bathroom and kitchen sealant, anti-mold. And hopefully that will in the future stop any water from getting in and damaging our nice new floor when we put it down. I'll just give you a quick look at the holes that I'm talking about. So here we have on the floor where they put the original ply through, they drill straight through. So we've got a couple of holes like that. So I'm just going to go through and fill those holes with the silicone. Okay, so that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Really pleased with where we've got to. We've stripped out the ply lining, removed the bulkhead, give her a good clean and a wash inside. We've rust protected her, and we've also repainted the floor ready for the next step. Now the next step is windows. I've got some on order and I'm just waiting for them to be delivered, so as soon as they're here they'll be going in. I just want to say that if you like what you've seen today and you want to continue to follow the progress of our van build, then you can do so by liking and subscribing our channel and hitting that notification bell. Now this is going to be the first in a series of videos where I take you right from the start of our van build all the way through to completion, and hopefully along the way I'll show you a few little hints and tips of how we've done things, and maybe that will help you out along the way. So thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.